Hello there. Lovely, lovely day. Very sunny. Figured I'd do a little video diary while going for my walk today. A little check-in. Just, yeah, something to be able to look back on, really. I mean, this is very weird. I've never done anything like this before, but, you know, good excuse. It's, yeah, been living out around here, Forest Gate. In one of the flats for the last few weeks before heading off on my trip. Yeah, it's crazy. Got less than 2 weeks now. I'll be in Singapore. And yeah, just kind of wanted to lay out my thoughts and feelings beforehand, to be able to look back on, see how different it may end up being. Is it still recording? It's all gone blank. Yeah, okay, the screen's just turned off. So yeah, we'll see. The got a little fisheye on, so it's all wide. So it may be looking weird. I don't know how good it will actually turn out, but fuck it. All learning. Where are we at? Scared, nervous, anxious, but I think more importantly excited. Something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Love travelling, love to try out new foods, obviously, to learn about other cultures, get different perspectives, and yeah, I think it's a very weird point in my life, I think, because I think for the longest time I've always had a plan, always knew what I'd be doing for the next 2 or 3 years, and now, granted, my plan is to travel. I guess, learning about myself a bit more, I think, is the main goal, is to learn about myself a bit more, try and figure out a bit more of who I am, what I want to do in the future as well. Having such a massive amount of time to be able to reflect, think, because working life straight for nine years with a few 2-3 week holidays dotted in between. So yeah, not really had a break for longer than that. And before that, it was university. Placement year during that was 4 years, and then before that, it's all the exams and such from GCSEs, moving about. So yeah, it's quite a unique time, and I'm so glad I've taken this opportunity. It took me a while to decide. It wasn't an instant yes, I should go and do it. It is scary. It's a lot of the unknowns. But I kind of hit a point in January, and it was just like, what can't I solve? And most of it, I think, is just take it how it comes. Like, will I enjoy traveling for this long? I don't know. I may hate it. I don't think I will. But doing this week on, week out, it probably will get to me. I think, doing something, a little holiday vacation trip, at least for me, I feel like you get a bit of FOMO. You feel like you've got to fit in everything, don't want to miss anything, because you only have a limited amount of time. Yeah, I think it'll definitely be nice to still do that, explore, at the same time, take it slow, because I don't want to burn myself out at the other end of traveling either and end up hating it. I think, the other unknown as well is this sort of situation with my mum. She had a stroke last April. Just hit the 1 year mark since that had happened, which was very hard, was very tough. Yeah, I think, you know, she wouldn't want me to stick around just in case something had happened. If something were to happen, then yeah, work that out when it comes to it. Yeah, I think there's been a few things like that that just needed figuring out for myself of what I wanted to do. So yeah, ended up quitting my job of 9 years. It's been fantastic from that point of view. Learned so much. Thanks to everyone who has been a part of that journey. Should be higher. My arm's aching. So yeah, it's going to be interesting having no real objective for the next few months. So I hope, yeah, I can definitely last this journey for a year. That's the plan. Obviously, depending on where I go, I wouldn't be able to go to Japan for a whole year, that's for sure. And yeah, I think it's going to be a whole different set of challenges. I think I'm fairly well equipped in trying to solve issues, but I think whole different kind of stresses will definitely appear. I know for sure I can definitely get very hangry when I am tired and hungry, and yeah, want to make snap decisions to get myself out of that those situations. But yeah, it's one of those things. I'm aware of it. I need to try and avoid getting into those times, but it inevitably will. You know, it's not all going to be smooth sailing. We'll see. I think the main thing is just obviously, yeah, don't hopefully get injured with a broken leg or something like that. I might cut the trip short. That'd be pretty gutting, but I better not be foreshadowing either. So yeah, it's been an interesting few months since, yeah, I did make the decision to quit. I think it's been a quite nice finality to everything, and massive appreciation for everything around me, the friends that I've got, been lovingly saying goodbye and giving advice, and yeah, that'll, I think, probably be the hardest thing for me, not being in contact with so many people. Yeah, people are a phone call away, but it's still going to be tough not being able to meet up with everyone. But yeah, it's just like the kind of finality of, you know, we moved out of a house in Clapton, living there for 7 years, which is crazy. Very, very good opportunity to chuck away a bunch of stuff. It's just like, I found a jacket that I had when I was 18 years old, which I haven't really worn since, but took with me through uni, took with me throughout London. Just going, yeah, I don't think I'm going to wear that. Things like that. I mean, that was probably the oldest one thing I've definitely had around. But yeah, good to have a clean out. Good to have a lightening the burden of what you're carrying around. There we go. That's everything I've got left to live off of, and some furniture we're giving away. But I need to seriously downsize. That'll happen. I've got a couple months. It'll be fun. I'm planning on trying to, living out of a 40-litre backpack. I did a little test run of that the other day, putting in probably about 90% of what I'll be taking, just to make sure it does all fit. It does. It's a squeeze, which is a little worrying, but it was lighter than I thought. It was ended up about 13 kilos. I think with the backpack it felt quite good. I probably won't be saying that once I have to lug that about for an hour or so, but yeah, definitely seems good, because yeah, planning on taking my camera borrowing this one from Johnny. Cheers, buddy. Little GoPro. Should be fun to see. A little trial run. So yeah, just trying to use what I've got rather than buying a whole bunch of new tech. At least for documenting it, at least. Did buy a Steam Deck, which has been very lovely to have a little portable gaming. So I think that tends to be how I prefer to unwind when I can. But yeah, I've not really had the chance to over the last few weeks. It's been pretty hectic with last dinners, final goodbyes, you know, things like that. What do I plan on doing with these? I think, yeah, this one's definitely going to be a bit of a, you know, here's where I am at the moment. I do want to try and create some videos, some content. I'm not trying to be a content creator, like a YouTuber or anything like that. I think this is all more for me trying to document what I'm enjoying. So we'll see. Hating on. Do you mind? Well, maybe that was like Harvey Rides Bikes or whatever his Instagram name is. Love that stuff. So friendly, so lovely. Love to meet that guy. But I think, yeah, that's, you know, a bit of the beauty of what you can do on the internet nowadays. Meeting people that you never really thought of. So I saw, yeah, with him, the drummer from Holding Absence reached out because Harvey loves to listen to metal and singing along to them very well. Which I just thought was awesome. I invited them to play when Pierce the Veil were headlining Ali Pali the other day. It was just like, yeah, absolutely love that scene. I think that's definitely going to be an interesting part, seeing if I can find anyone from that scene across the seas in Asia. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I'll find it. I was hanging out in was it Busan? Somewhere in Seoul. And yeah, just kind of found a sort of craft beer place, of course. And just sort of got chatting to some other people at the bar. And turns out this guy was part of a group. They kind of do shows, they kind of practice with each other, and this guy was a magician, and he was really wicked. And a bunch of other people that he's part of were like musicians as well. So kind of speaking in broken English of who my favourite, you know, bands were. Didn't want to go full on metal with them, but it's just like, you know, shows like Foo Fighters and Red Hot Chili Peppers was classic ones, and just kind of getting drunk with them and singing along. And that was really good fun, really good fun. Although it was a bit scary because I thought the tubes and such would be going on a bit later than they did. I tried to get on one, turns out they'd shut. It'd just gone midnight. Yeah, my phone was under 5% battery, so I was shitting myself at that point, to be honest. Because, you know, country or city you don't recognise. I knew the direction I wanted to go, but it was like an hour and a half walk. Which, yeah, I was trying to download their local Uber equivalent app. It was like Kakao, is what they were called. And no one wanted to accept it. It seemed like everyone had done the same thing of like having a few too many drinks, and then the tube had closed, so everyone was requesting them at that point. So ended up walking for about 45 minutes and just hoping I was going in the right direction. And then thankfully eventually managed to sort of pull a cab down in person. I was going to say manually. You know, real life. And again, through broken English, tried to get him to go to the hotel I was at, but he didn't seem to want it. It was a bit of a dodgy area, so I don't know if it was because of that or he just didn't know. And then, yeah, thankfully kind of communicated just to drop me off at one of the stations. It was still quite far, like a 20-minute walk from there. But then at least, yeah, I knew which road I was on, because yeah, as soon as I arrived in that cab, my phone had just completely died. So that night could have been very different. Could have been sleeping on the streets. Anyway, that was a tangent. I'll definitely be seeing some shows and such. Just, yeah, one of my favourite things to be doing. Just going to see live music, man. It's wicked. Very excited to meet up with Melvin out there, out in Thailand. Go see some shows. Miss that man. He's yeah, really good friend. And yeah, it'll be good to catch up for more than a day at a time. That seems to be over the last, you know, few years. Little dog. Look at that view, eh? Beautiful. Yeah, I think the other thing it's going to be interesting is, you know, I've learned more and discovered myself throughout since the pandemic. Trying to learn a bit more about the old noggin. Is yeah, learn that I'm very hyper independent. Trying to learn about that, and I think this trip will be really good. Trying to overcome that, really. Yeah, try to welcome more people in here. Try not to be so defensive and protective over myself, you know. Open up a lot more, which will be interesting. But definitely going to be trying to improve. We'll see what else I learn along the way as well. You know, constant improvement. We'll see. During the travels that, yeah, have done, I think one thing that always surprises me is how welcoming people are, how much humanity does win out in sort of situations. And I just mean in terms of like what the media portray certain countries as, or stereotypes in that regard, just brewing up hate all the time. Is that, yeah, I definitely want to go to some of the places that are, I don't know, controversial, if that's the right word. You know, I'd love to go visit China, I think. Same with, I'd love to go visit Russia. Doesn't mean I condone or accept what governments are doing. I live in England. I don't fuck the Tories. You know, it doesn't mean, I believe it doesn't mean you shouldn't go and visit the people, because the people there are probably much the same as us, not liking this government, wanting change, but I think above all else, you know, caring for people. I mean, I've always had a healthy wariness of the media anyway. I'd suggest everyone do the same. Take what's being told you with a pinch of salt. Not being tinfoil hat and ignore everything, but we, yeah, live in a time of misinformation nowadays. So yeah, above all else, very excited. I hope in a year's time I can watch this video and laugh. Unless I don't think of anything else, I think that's going to be it. The little catalogue. Good luck to future me is all I'd say. Cheers. Also, this is like just across the street from where I'm at. I don't check out these palm trees. Take up the whole front porch. Fair play.